What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another video on the channel. And in today's video I am going to be sharing my NFL Week 10 power rankings. So if you guys are new to the channel or the series or this power ranking series, be sure to like and subscribe, as it does help out a lot. And yeah, let's just jump right into this. So coming in at number 10, I have the Cleveland Browns after their dominant victory over the Cincinnati Bengals. Now, the story of this game was obviously Nick Chubb. 137 yards, 9.8 yards per carry, and 2 touchdowns. Baker Mayfield really didn't do anything. He only completed 14 passes, but he was very efficient in those 14 passes. But obviously, I mean, Nick Chubb won you the game. Like, it's as clear as this. 14 carries, 137 yards, 9.8 yards per carry, and 2 touchdowns. And obviously, Nick Chubb is an absolute beast. I mean, the defense also played pretty well, getting 5 sacks on the game and 2 interceptions. And this is against a really good Bengals team, or at least Bengals offense, which has been red hot the whole season. But I mean, if you have Nick Chubb, if Nick Chubb continues to play like that, the Browns are going to be in very good shape moving forward. So I'm going to have them at number 10. Number 9, I have the Bills. So yeah, that was embarrassing. that was very embarrassing to say the least. So you lost to the Jaguars. Do I have to say more? I mean, I will, but do I really even have to say more? You lost to the freaking Jaguars. Josh Allen played terribly. Had a QBR of 26. Now that's out of 100. He had a QBR of 26. I mean, the defense, didn't really play too well either. The offensive line is absolutely terrible. Josh Allen was your leading rusher again. Your Devin Singletary, your best running back, got 2.7 yards per carry. 2.7. Zach Moss, your second running back, got 2 yards per carry. 2. I mean, he had a long of 7 yards, and then he had 6 yards on the game. So he went backwards the other 2. This was a terrible game from the Bills. An absolute terrible game. And they are lucky that they are still in the top 10 to begin with, but I don't want to overreact, even though they lost to the Jaguars. Jesus Christ. I don't want to overreact, which is why a lot of teams that lost to worse teams didn't drop too far, because they don't want to overreact. Obviously, they did drop, but they didn't drop too far. Okay, so let's move on to number 8. We have the Patriots with Mac Jones's dink and dunk over here. They're at number 8 because they can just keep on dinking and dunking. The running game is playing pretty well. They had 2 running backs with over 6 yards per carry. Obviously, Mac Jones is still dinking and dunking. He also had a QBR of 27.1. Yeah, that's almost as bad as Josh Allen. So, I don't trust their quarterback situation one bit. But they do have a very nice defense, which forced 3 picks against Sam Darnold. And really, just Belichick has just figured out Sam Darnold. I mean, every time Sam Darnold plays Belichick, he just sees ghosts. So, yeah, I mean, I have the Patriots at number 3 because obviously you have a pretty bad quarterback in Mac Jones. But the supporting cast around him isn't terrible. It's actually pretty good, which is how the Patriots have a winning record. And they're also 4-0 away somehow. Wait, they're 4-0 away, which means they're 1-4 home. Oh, God, Patriots fans must hate them. They're just going to be like, all right, let's go to the game. God damn it, we lost again. And then on the games where you can't even watch it on TV, the Patriots always win. So yeah, I have them at number 8. Obviously, they are a bit limited because of their quarterback play, so I don't expect them to go really any higher. Number 7, we have the Cowboys. Yeah, that was also very embarrassing. Now, I guess this week's just the week of 20 QBR, because Dak Prescott got even worse than Josh Allen. He got a 24.1 QBR, so there's that. Dinkin Dak's back, because he had 5.9 average yards per pass. I mean, Tony Pollard didn't really play too good, but Zeke did have 5.1 yards per carry. And like the defense had 4 sacks, but really what you saw was that the Broncos were just targeting Trevon Diggs, who like if he jumps on a ball, then like he usually jumps to get the pick, right? So then he can get beat that way. Also, the Denver Broncos running game was fairly effective. You had Teddy B, who got a touchdown. You had Melvin Gordon, who got 80 yards and a touchdown, and you got Javonte Williams, 111 yards and 6.5 yards per carry. That's not good for the Cowboys, especially since we thought that their defense was like vastly improved. So yeah, this just shows like the flaws in the Cowboys' run defense. But obviously, I still think that the offense will get back to form, and then they will play better. Okay, number 6, I have the Rams after that embarrassing loss to the Titans. I mean, you're supposed to Lord and Savior Matthew Stafford. He goes into actually no, he's at home. So he goes in at home and he freaking throws 2 interceptions. Now I don't know what it is with teams away because the Los Angeles Rams are 5-0 away. The Titans are 4-1 away. What's it called? The Patriots are 4-0 away. So apparently, just playing at home sucks right now. And you always lose at home. But yeah, anyways. I mean, Matthew Stafford played bad. Now, this is actually even lower than 20. He had a 17.6 QBR. That's your Lord and Savior over here. 17.6 QBR. Now, to put that into context, QBR is from 100. So, all those guys in the 20 near 25s, they're just like, they're like in the bottom quarter, This man, he's in like the bottom 6, all right. So this is not good. This is not good. I mean, Darrell Henderson played fairly well. I'm actually surprised that the running game's actually been like decent without Cam Akers. But the real story is obviously Cooper Kupp, who's might be the best wide receiver in the NFL right now. And obviously, you still have Jalen Ramsey. You still have Aaron Donald, even though, I mean, he got a sack, so there's that. It looks like, Von Miller didn't play, so there's that. But yeah, with Von Miller coming in, Matthew Stafford's obviously going to play better. I don't expect the Rams to play as bad as they did against the Titans last Sunday. So I have them at number 6. Number 5, I have the Ravens, who got an overtime win. So, it's the Ravens. The Ravens are a good team, right? Overtime win. Oh, it must have been against like a good team, right? Who's a team that we haven't gone over yet? There aren't actually any other good teams in the AFC that we have. Okay, let's just say you're playing the Browns. Yeah, it goes into overtime, huh? Good team. A good team against the Browns. Good battle. You won in overtime. No. You played the Minnesota Vikings. You're losing for most of the game, and then you played them in overtime, and then you won in overtime because Justin Tucker's absolutely freaking amazing, but like, you don't want to be doing that, man. You don't want to be getting to overtime with the Vikings, all right? So that is why they also dropped, I'm pretty sure, or maybe they went up. I don't know. But yeah, I'm not very too impressed, and like, if you compare this week's list to last week's list, like number 5 doesn't equate, okay? It does not equate. Like 4 through 10 should, like, if it was in last week's week or last week's ranked, should be like 7 through 13. It doesn't equate, all right? So yeah, I have the Ravens at number 5. I'm not really too impressed with them. Obviously, Lamar Jackson is playing very well, even though he did have 2 picks, but he had like twice the QBR of some of these quarterbacks, 48.5. Hey, we're almost halfway there, Lamar Jackson. Let's go. But obviously, the real damage was on the ground. 120 yards, 5.7 yards per carry. And, I mean, their running game was also good. Devontae Freeman, 6.1 yards per carry. Le'Veon Bell, 4.4 yards per carry, and a touchdown. Marquise Brown looks like a real legit number 1 wide receiver. Though, they did let Dalvin Cook run wild on them. They did let Kirk Cousins throw like fairly decently on them. So, there are definitely still some concerns with the Ravens, and I don't think that they deserve the number 5 spot. It's just that I don't think any of these teams really deserve their spot, except for maybe the Browns and the Patriots. Okay, number 4 of the Bucks. Nothing to say here. They were on a bye week, and because everyone else lost, they went up 2 spots. And usually I don't want to move bye week teams up more than 1 spot. But since everyone sucked, I had to move them up 2 spots just to make the rankings make any sense at all. Number 3, I have the Titans, who were unranked last week. Yeah, I nailed that one, right? Oh god, yeah, the Titans. I thought that they would be absolutely lost without Derrick Henry. I guess not. I guess not. I thought, Derrick Henry, focal point of the team. No, the defense, which is absolutely terrible on paper, is just decide, okay, let's just play a great game against one of the best teams one of the best offenses in the NFL. What's going on there? Obviously, Ryan Tannehill is limited. He only had 143 yards, a touchdown, and a pick. And the offense as a whole didn't really do anything. It was the defense that won them the game. And I mean, the main concern with the Titans is their defense. So if the Titans can have really good defense, or not even really good, just a mediocre defense, and they get Derrick Henry back in the playoffs. If they do get Derrick Henry back in the playoffs, I mean, they can go far with that offense. But I mean, I was just really surprised by the defense because they moved off all their secondary players in the offseason. How they get 2 picks against Matthew Stafford? Number 2, I have the Packers. Even though they lost, I did not move them down because you got to give a pass when Jordan Love is your quarterback. So I don't know why they didn't lean into the run as much. They only had 20 rushes, and Aaron Jones only had 12. I mean, your running backs were producing, man. They had 4.4 and 5.8 yards per carry each, and then you just I don't get why do you decide to throw it 34 times with Jordan Love? He's your backup quarterback. He's the quarterback that you selected in the first round. And he couldn't even be your backup in his first year. You don't want to do that. You want to lean on your amazing running game. Especially since, oh, God. Especially since, your wide receivers also aren't the greatest. I mean, I know you got Devontae Adams, but, other than that, you got washed up Randall Cobb. I mean, I guess Randall Cobb isn't that washed up now. But yeah, I just don't understand why Matt LaFleur would throw the ball 34 times with Jordan Love, but he did that, and they lost because it's Jordan Love. But I give them a pass because again, it's Jordan Love. But obviously, the number 1 team is the team that won with their backup quarterback because the Cardinals are flying high, and I think that this shows that even though the Cardinals did lose to the Packers. I mean, they're still a better team than the Packers because, I mean, with their backup quarterback, blew out the 49ers. The Packers with the backup quarterback lost to the Chiefs, who didn't even have Patrick Mahomes playing too well. But, I mean, obviously the Cardinals are at number 1. Colt McCoy. We're talking about the same Colt McCoy, right? He played well. James Conner, 4.6 yards to carry. 2 touchdowns. He played well. I mean, they had no wide receivers. DeAndre Hopkins out. AJ Green, who doesn't know how to turn around, out. But it doesn't matter. Christian Kirk, 91 yards, and James Conner had 77 yards and a touchdown. Yeah, I can't understand it. All this is Marcus Golden is amazing. And the Cardinals are easily and far and away the best team in the NFL right now. How do you do this to a good football team in the 49ers? Well, I mean, I say they're good. They aren't that good, but I mean, they're definitely not bad. And then, hello, you beat them 31-17 with a backup quarterback and your 2 top wide receivers out. Yeah, that happened, and I mean, I gotta put the Cardinals at #1 for that. So, anyways, that is going to do it for this video. I hope you guys did enjoy, and if you guys did, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Too easy.